All right, we're back now with a growing new debate. Now, this may look like your average chicken fillet, but it's actually cell-cultivated meat, an emerging technique where meat is developed in a mail container just like this from a sample of animal cells and does not require killing animals. Proponents of the method say it's an ethical and sustainable protein option for generations to come. They also argue there are geopolitical incentives to invest in the technology, as the U.S.'s main competition in this space right now is China, which is ramping up efforts to improve their cultivated meat industry. But Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is saying he's against lab-grown meat, and Florida should be as well. Take a listen.
I know the legislature is doing a bill to try to protect our meat. You need meat, okay? And we're going to have meat in Florida. Like, we're going to have fake meat. Like, that doesn't work. So we're going to make sure to do it right.
And Florida's Senate passed a bill last month banning and criminalizing the sale of lab-grown meat. Governor DeSantis still yet to sign the bill into law, but the move comes as similar efforts to ban the product have been made in other states, including Alabama, Arizona, and Tennessee. For more on this growing debate, I'm joined tonight by Tom Llamas. He's the head of global marketing at Good Meat, one of just 2 cultivated meat companies in the U.S. that have been approved by the FDA to sell their products, and Representative Dean Black, who is a Republican member of Florida's state legislature, but, and an important but here, he's also a cattle rancher. We thank you both for joining Top Story tonight. I'm looking forward to a spirited debate. Tom, I'm going to play a video for our viewers now that our great director is going to roll, and we're going to walk our viewers through what we're looking here. So the meat's built or assembled, I guess, in these metal containers, and then it comes out and it looks just like a fillet, right? I mean, if I were to buy that at the grocery store, I wouldn't know the difference. And after it's cooked, look, it looks like a chicken fillet. My question to you is, what does it taste like?
It tastes like chicken. I mean, it's real meat. It fries in a pan like meat. It smells like meat. It looks like meat. It's meat. If you're allergic to chicken, you'll be allergic to our chicken. The nutritionals are almost identical. And the process starts, like you said, by taking a sample of cells from an animal, putting it into a bioreactor, which looks like a large beer brewery, as you showed there. And you let them cells multiply. You feed the cells very similar to what an animal would feed its own cells. So water, amino acids, lipids, vitamins, fats, things like that.
And so Representative Black, I want to ask you, you're a rancher, as we mentioned. Obviously, lab-grown meat, not great for your bottom line. But in America, competition is what makes our products and businesses so strong. So what's your beef with this new beef?
Well, it's unclear to me that that would have any impact whatsoever on our bottom line, because I don't think there's much of a market for it. But the operative word in what the gentleman just said was that it's very nearly chicken. It's very similar to chicken. It's almost identical. And it's the almost that gets you there, because it's not identical. There are certain micronutrients that exist in real meat that we know are important to human nutrition. And although the FDA has said that this type of product is safe, that doesn't mean it's healthy. And in Florida, we don't want our citizens used as guinea pigs. We think research and development is fine, but we think a lot of that needs to be done before we say this is going to replace an integral part of the human diet.
Tom, what do you say to that? What's your response?
Yeah, I mean, we spent 3+ years working with the USDA and FDA to ensure that our meat is safe. We went through that process. We shared safety dossiers. We had a back and forth between regulators. We worked through a framework started by the Trump administration with the USDA and FDA to get our product into market. We went through all of that to ensure that it's safe and healthy for consumers. The Florida legislature started this process. The number of questions we received from the Florida legislature is 0. So we didn't hear from them once about clarifying questions about how we make our product or what's in it. Because ultimately this isn't about safety. This is a culture war. This is politics. And it's unfortunate for Florida.
What culture and politics would be at play here?
I mean, you should ask Representative Black. There are no credible safety concerns coming from the legislature about this. So, you know, if politicians want to say, hey, we don't like this meat, that may play well with some consumers. But, you know, ultimately, consumers should decide what meat they want to buy or not buy.
And then, Tom, is this, does the country need this right now? And would your meat be more affordable? I mean, give me the top 3 reasons why America needs this right now.
That's a good question. Yeah, so the number one reason is environmental. So we're growing just the meat that is consumed by a consumer. We're not growing a beak or an intestine or fur or tendons or anything like that. So we have the ability to grow meat much more efficiently than the conventional way. And that's going to be really important. I mean, the protein requirements of the planet are going to double between now and 2050. So adding another tool to be able to sustainably make protein is going to be really important. It's not going to replace conventional meat. We're not advocating for that. Certainly that's not being expected from the Florida legislature. But consumers should decide. They should be able to go to a grocery store and determine what type of safe and approved meat they want.
Right now, is it cheaper or more expensive than regular meat?
Yeah, right now it's more expensive. We've got a lot of steps in order to scale our technology. It's going to take a lot of time to get there. But that's true of all new industries. Yeah. When cars came out, they're very expensive. Cell phones, electric vehicles, you name it. There's always a process when you're scaling up a new technology.
Representative Dean, Black, I should say, I'm trying to understand what your biggest problem with this is, right? Because I know as a rancher, you obviously have a certain amount of cattle. You also have a certain amount of land. And turning over that grass and turning over everything else they eat, that's got to be difficult and costly all across this country. What's your biggest problem with this right now? So
I will say this. My concern really is not around protecting the industry. I have 2 broad concerns. One is safety. And I'd like to correct a misstatement made earlier. That was that the FDA had proven that it was safe and healthy. The FDA doesn't actually certify something as healthy. They will tell you that fried ice cream dipped in chocolate is safe. It's not necessarily healthy, though, if you make that a regular part of your diet. And that's where my concern comes in, because we have micronutrients that are part of natural beef that come from the plants that the animals eat. And these are nutrients that we're still discovering. The field of human nutrition is still an ongoing field of study, and we don't even know what all of these nutrients are. And it's therefore impossible for them to be replicated in vitro meat like this. We haven't studied what it would do to pregnant mothers. And I could just go on and on and on. There is a lot of research and development still to be done. And I'll agree that in order for it to be competitive, it would have to be scaled up. And if you scale this up, that brings up my second objection, which pertains to China. Look, communist China and communist countries have a history of collectivizing agriculture and food production, and they use that to control their populations. And for this to make sense, it will have to be concentrated in large factories. And look, we are in a very tense geopolitical time with China, North Korea, Iran. And if you concentrate your protein production in a few major factories, you're a few missile strikes from an instant famine. Right now in our agricultural production system, our protein production is dispersed all across the country. It's impossible to take it all out. In fact, we've been the breadbasket of the earth during world wars. We helped to feed not only ourselves, but our allies in wartime. I think we need to slow down. 3.5 years of research is not nearly enough time to decide that we're going to take 6,000 years of agricultural history and throw it in the wastebasket. We have health concerns, and there are real national security concerns that ought to be thought about.
Tom, real quick, as we run out of time, I'll give you the last word here.
Yeah, look, I mean, the USDA is equipped to answer these questions. The Florida legislature is not equipped to analyze the safety of every food product that enters our system. That's why we have
Which
USDA.
is to say that they did not analyze that, and your job in doing research and development is to do that.
They did analyze the safety of it 3+ years, and we never received any questions from the Florida legislature. And then on national security, because I want to answer your other question, on national security, it is a really important thing. China has this in their plan. They are actively developing this because they know we need more sources of protein. We're not looking to replace conventional meat production. But having another tool to address rising demand for protein is a good thing for our country. It increases our food security as a country.
Tom Rice-Meisel, Representative Dean Black from Florida, we thank you both for joining Top Story tonight. It's a fascinating conversation. I know this is just the beginning. We thank you for joining us.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.